human adventure is just beginning. William Shatner.
Take us out.
Is Captain James T. Kirk. Leonard Nimoy is Mr. Spock. DeForest Kelley is Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy. James Doohan is Lieutenant Commander Montgomery Scott. George Takei is Lieutenant Commander Sulu. Majel Barrett is Dr. Christine Chappell. Walter Koenig is Lieutenant Pavel Chekhov. Nichelle Nichols is Lieutenant Commander Uhura. Stephen Collins is Commander Willard Decker. Persis Kambata is Lieutenant Ilia. Star Trek, the motion picture. Gene Roddenberry's production of a Robert Wise film. Coming this Christmas from Paramount.
This is William Shatner. Here are some scenes from a picture we're all proud of. Star Trek II.
Captain's log, stardate 8130.3. Starship Enterprise on training mission to Gamma Hydra. Section 14, coordinates 2287-4. Approaching neutral zone, all systems normal and functioning.
Leaving Section 14 for Section 15.
Stand by. Project parabolic course to avoid entering neutral zone.
Aye, Captain.
Sensors indicate 3 Klingon cruisers.
Visual.
Bearing 316, Mach 4, closing fast.
Evasive action. Fire all phasers.
Your protege's first rate. Trifle emotional.
She is half Romulan, Jim. The admixture tends to make her more volatile than me, for example.
Than you. Yes, I see that.
On course to CD Alpha 5, all is well.
Good.
I believe you know David Marcus.
She's learning by doing.
What you see is all that remains of the Botany Bay. My room here by Captain James T. Kirk.
Order? What order? Who's seeking Genesis?
Please help us. I know, but I cannot.
I've tried to warn you. Scientists are always the pawns of the military.
Starfleet has kept the peace for 100 years. I cannot and will not subscribe to your interpretation of this event.
What if this thing we use where life already exists?
It would destroy such life in favor of its new matrix.
Are you by any chance in favor of these experiments?
Logic suggests.
Logic?
My God, the man's talking about logic. We're talking about universal Armageddon.
Still get those shields up.
Trying, sir.
They knew exactly where to hit us.
Who knew where to hit us?
Why?
He passes me, and I shall have him. I'll chase him round the moons of Nibia and round the Antares maelstrom and round perdition's flames.
Fire!
You never have faced death. You've cheated death. Tricked my way out of death. And patted myself on the back for my ingenuity. I know nothing.
Admiral, Scanning an energy source on Reliant.
It's the Genesis wave. They're on a build-up to detonation.
I need warp speed in 3 minutes or we're all dead.
Stardate 8097.3.
Now, Scott.
This summer, Admiral James T. Kirk and the crew of the Enterprise take off on their greatest mission as they risk everything for the one thing that really matters, to find their friend. Join the search. Star Trek III, The Search for Spock.
Avoid the planet Earth at all costs. We are under the attack of an orbiting probe.
Notify all stations. Starfleet emergency. Red alert.
Earth is on the edge of destruction.
We cannot survive unless a way can be found to respond to the probe.
The key to saving the future.
Spock, you're talking about the end of every life on Earth.
Can be found only in the past.
We're going to attempt time travel.
Sulu, take us home.
These are the voyages of the crew of the Starship Enterprise.
Judging by the pollution content of the atmosphere, I believe we have arrived at the latter half of the 20th century.
Stardate 1986.
San Francisco.
Our own world is waiting for us to save it.
They have 24 hours.
Everybody remember where we parked. Break up.
To complete their mission.
It looked like a cadet review.
He will beam in tonight, collect the photons, and beam out.
I want you all to be very careful.
Without being discovered.
We have an intruder.
All right, who are you?
You're not exactly catching us at our best.
That much is certain.
This is an extremely primitive and paranoid culture.
What does it mean, exact change?
Many of their customs will doubtless take us by surprise.
We're ready for beam out.
My transporter power is down to minimal. I got to bring in one at a time.
You're from outer space.
No, I'm from Iowa. I only work in outer space. Let's do our job and get out of here.
Freeze! Takeoff, can you hear me? Freeze! I've lost it.
Who are you? Admiral Kirk! I'm coming with you.
You can't. Our next stop is the 23rd century.
Full power now, son.
Shields at maximum.
Steady. Hold on tight, Lassie.
Can we make breakaway speed?
That's all I can give you.
Book 8.
8, good, 1.
Book 9.
Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home.
From a relaxing vacation on Earth.
Greetings, Captain. I do not think you realize the gravity of your situation.
To the most perilous reaches of space. Only one crew dare travel where no man has ever gone before.
We'll need all the power you can muster, mister.
On a desolate planet, a renegade Vulcan seeks ultimate knowledge.
To find it, we'll need a starship.
And he will stop at nothing to get it.
Don't let a madman have taken over the Enterprise.
You look like you've just seen a ghost.
Perhaps I have, Captain. Our destination is the planet Shakari, Eden, at the center of the galaxy.
The center of the galaxy can't be reached.
If you ask Nate, and you haven't, I think this is a terrible idea. We're bound to bump into the Klingons.
Remain on course.
To Kirk, he's a fanatic to be fought.
You know we'll never make it through the Great Barrier.
I say the danger is an illusion.
To the crew, he's a mystic to be followed.
Cybok has simply put us in touch with feelings that we've always been afraid.
I have to get back to the transporter.
To Spock, he's the past he must confront.
Shoot him! You know I'm right.
Spock, my only concern is getting the ship back. And you're either with me or you're not.
Put him in the brig with Captain Kirk.
But I'm a prisoner on my own ship.
What are you standing around for? Do you not know a jailbreak when you see one?
Mr. Scott, you're amazing.
There's nothing amazing about it. I know this ship like the back of my hand.
channel open.
A hostile force has taken control of our vessel. Put us on a direct course for the Great Barrier.
Understood, Enterprise. We are dispatching a rescue ship immediately.
Prey bearing 105, Mark II.
Let me do something.
Mr. Sulu, full ahead.
Transfer power to TWOK drive. Warp speed now.
The greatest enterprise of all is adventure. Star Trek V, The Final Frontier.
The Klingon Empire has 50 years of life left to it.
To offer Klingons a safe haven within Federation space is suicide.
They're animals. Jim, they are dying.
And you, Captain Kirk, are to be our first olive branch.
Me?
The galaxy stands at a crossroads.
This is the Starship Enterprise. We've been ordered to escort you to your meeting on Earth.
Guess who's coming to dinner?
I have so wanted to meet you, Captain. One warrior to another.
Right. On the verge of peace.
The undiscovered country. The future.
On the brink of war.
We come in peace, and you blatantly defy that.
We haven't fired.
According to our databanks we have, I shall blow you out of the stars.
Now, the crew of the Starship Enterprise
Will not be the instigators of full-scale war on the eve of universal peace.
They're coming about.
Battle stations.
fights not to win battles.
Incoming.
Signal our surrender.
Captain?
We surrender!
But to end them forever.
We would consider an attempt to rescue them an act of war.
There will never be a better time.
This is Captain Sulu, USS Excelsior. We stand ready to assist you.
This is fun. You do prefer it this way, as it was meant to be. Warrior to warrior.
She cannot take much more of this. Cry havoc! Kill! And let's slip the dogs of war.
Fire!
Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country.